Hi guys, welcome to this live session on CBAP certification and training. So here we'll discuss all the details related to the CBAP certification, and I would like to request you to subscribe Intellipaat's YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss out on our upcoming updates. So without wasting any time, let us move on to the agenda part. So first we'll discuss what is the need of CBAP certification. After that, we'll see what is business analysis, as CBAP is a certification for business analysis professionals. Then we'll look into why do we need business analysis. After that, we'll discuss about the types of certification for business analysis professionals. Then we'll discuss about the job scope and salary. And finally, I'll tell you about the learning resources that you can follow in order to learn and master the business analysis field. Now, further, let us start with the first agenda point. What is the need of CBAP certification? So, Certified Business Analysis Professional, or you can say the CBAP for short form, is a professional certification program on business analysis. And this program is ideal for the professionals who have extensive business knowledge and have years of experience in the practical business world. And today, CBAP is one of the most respected designations for business professionals. In fact, the certification program gained huge recognition since it was first introduced in 2006. And today, there are 1,000 plus professionals from all over the world with CBAP designation. And this figure declares two facts: that the fast growing demand of CBAP among the professionals and the certification is gaining recognition globally. So, it is intended, and the intention of the CBAP certification is to check the professional's capability, whether they can work in the business analysis domain or not. So a business analyst has a lot of skills like analytical skills, technical skills, problem solving skills, decision making skills, communication skills, and there are so many skills that are not described over here. So all this is checked by this CBAP certification exam. So Certified Business Analysis Professionals exam actually makes you industry ready and gives you license for working in the business analysis domain. Further, the actual need of CBAP certification is like it is actually used to check how can we prove our business analysis skills. It helps us to showcase our business analysis skills, and also it helps to make a competitive edge for ourselves in business analysis domain and how to get shortlisted for business analysis jobs. So if there are three individuals applying for a job for a business analyst for business analysis domain, so obviously the company will pick up the individual who is certified, and if he or she is certified business analysis professional from IIBA, that is the governance body, so obviously this individual makes a competitive edge over others, and that actually helps to get hold of a good position for the business analysis domain in the industry. So who is actually a CBAP professional? You might have a question. So a certified business analysis professional is one who has achieved the CBAP designation awarded by the IIBA, that is International Institute of Business Analysis, by qualifying the CBAP exam. And the CBAP designation holders have years of experience in business analysis and are experts in identifying business needs of an organization. And they actually suggest the best business solutions for organizations as their experience speaks to bring in the maximum benefits for the business organization or the company for which they are working. So business analysis and systems analysis are the most common and best suited candidates for the CBAP certification program. So there are various benefits of CBAP certification exam, like it is a globally reputed certification from IIBA, and the members of reputed professional groups are there, and the understanding of the principle and practices of business analysis, so they have quite a good and a thorough knowledge of it. Then it provides a definite career path with specialized knowledge on technology industry, and after clearing the CBAP certification exam you have better job opportunities and roles in the organization. That actually helps to excel in your career as a business analyst professional. Now we have used this term as business analysis a lot. Now let us see what actually is business analysis. So business analysis is the set of tasks, knowledge and techniques required to identify business needs and determine solutions to business problems. So in real world, business analysis is the practice of enabling the change in an organizational context by defining the needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to the stakeholders. And the set of tasks and techniques that are used to perform business analysis are defined in a guide to business analysis body of knowledge that you might come across when you get into this field. So it is the task of a business analyst to analyze all the business and to create a set of tasks, use the knowledge and techniques to identify the business needs. So the business analyst is an agent of change, and business analysis is a disciplined approach for introducing and managing the change to organizations, whether they are for profit business or government or for non-profits. So the job titles for business analysis practitioners include not only the business analyst but also business system analyst, systems analyst, requirement engineer, process analyst, product manager. They can be product owner also, enterprise analyst, business architect, business intelligence analyst, and there can be many other profiles. So business analysis is actually used to identify and articulate the need for change in how organizations work and to facilitate that change in real time. So as a business analyst, we identify and define the solutions that will maximize the value delivered by an organization to its stakeholders. And business analysts work across all levels of an organization and may be involved in everything from defining the strategy to creating the enterprise architecture to taking a leadership role by defining the goals and the requirements for the programs, as well as the projects or supporting the continuous improvement in the technology and processes that are used. So there are the ways in which the business analyst find the solutions, and the solutions often includes the systems development component, process improvement, organizational change, and project related analysis as well. So for this, we have the specialized knowledge to act as a guide and then lead the business through unknown or unmapped territory to get it to its desired destination. So the value of a business analyst after performing the business analysis is in realization of benefits, avoidance of the cost, identification of the new opportunities, understanding of the required capabilities, as well as modeling the organization for better future. So through the effective use of business analysis, we can actually ensure an organizations that they can have much better profits and benefits, and ultimately improving the way they do the business. Now further, there are many things related to the business analysis. So if we consider the current business state and the enterprise analysis, and in future we have to have a business, so it is defined by the future business states, and we need to perform certain activities in order to take the current business state to a particular or a specific future business state. So these are business analysis planning and monitoring, requirements elicitation, requirement analysis, solution assessment and validation, requirement management and communication. Now let us have a glance and a short description about all these fields, because this is the most important fields if you are preparing for the CBAP certification exam and if you want to become a business analyst. So talking about the business analysis planning and monitoring, when starting a project or an initiative, a business analyst will need an overarching framework on how they will be approaching their objective. And this knowledge area highlights the tasks that business analysts perform in order to organize and coordinate the efforts of business analysts and their stakeholders. So the task explained in this knowledge area aims to produce outputs that are used as key inputs and guidelines, as well as the tools for the other tasks throughout the business analysis activity. So there are a lot of things. So here you have to plan the business analysis approach, plan the stakeholders management, plan business analysis governance, plan business analysis information management, then performance improvement you need to take care of. So these are the things in business analysis planning and monitoring that you need to take care of, and you need to have a good knowledge if you are preparing for this certification exam. Then coming to the requirement elicitation, and this is also called elicitation and collaboration. So this is the more well known of business analysis skill set, and the elicitation and the collaboration knowledge area describes the task that business analysts perform to prepare for and conduct the elicitation activities and confirm the results obtained then. So most change professionals will relate elicitation and collaboration back to the use of workshops or interviews with relevant stakeholders, but where business analysts will typically be the facilitators who will also communicate the key findings of the elicitation exercise. So this knowledge area covers the communication with the relevant stakeholders. Now coming to the requirement analysis part, also called as requirement lifecycle management. So from inception to the retirement, there are specific tasks business analysts perform in order to manage and maintain requirements and design information. Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides online business analyst training led by industry experts who are working as a professional in the business analysis field and who are the subject matter experts. So the link for the training is provided in the description below. Now let us continue with the session. So this knowledge area describes these tasks in addition to emphasizing how these tasks describe meaningful relationship between the related requirements and the designs. Also assessing and analyzing as well as gaining the consensus on proposed changes to the requirements and design. So this knowledge area fulfills all these tasks. So you have to trace the requirements, maintain the requirements, prioritize it, assess, approve all the requirements. Then we have solution assessment and validation, where we have to assess the solution and validate it by the stakeholders by approaching them in order to further implement those solutions. Now coming to the requirement management and communication, here to help the business analyst create representations of the elicitation results and how these relate to the solution. So they will need to structure and organize the requirements discovered during the elicitation activities and then specify and model the requirements and designs. After that, validate and verify the collected information. Then they have to identify the solution options that meets the business needs, as well as they have to estimate the potential value that could be realized for each solution option. So this knowledge area covers the incremental as well as the iterative business analysis activities, which ranges from the initial concept and exploration of the need through the transformation of requirements into a particular recommended solution. So there are many tasks over here also that you will study while preparing for the certification exam. So they can be specifying and modeling the requirements, verifying the requirements, validating the requirements, and defining the requirements architecture as well. So this is business analysis, and I hope you now get a quite good idea about what actually is business analysis. Now let us move on to the next part, which is why do we need business analysis? So what is the actual reason? So the business analysis actually helps stakeholders achieve a shared understanding of the organization's need, and this shared understanding puts the team in a position to make legitimate recommendations for those needs and ultimately puts the organization in a position to move forward with the set of recommendation that best meets those needs. So business analysis plays a vital role in every organization, and analyzing business requirements, creating proper documentation, identifying the areas for process improvement and organizational change, as well as the strategic planning and developing various policies that drive an organization towards a better future are observed as the most common solutions. So an organization can leverage business analysis to achieve its strategic goals by identifying and implementing specific changes. So the nature of the change can be strategic or structural. Sometimes it may involve changing various policies and processes within an organization to compete better in the market. So organizations can improve their strategic as well as technical skills, their technical business processes by understanding the current market scenarios with the help of business analysis, and this in turn helps them identify where they are placed in the market compared to the competitors. So there are many aspects to business analysis and in which it actually helps the business. So it helps in performing the feasibility studies, risk assessment and mitigation plan, identifying and defining new business opportunities, writing a detailed business case. So there are a lot of things in business analysis, and we need them actually in order to grow our business and make a competitive edge for our business in the market. Now there is the role of the business analyst when we talk about business analysis. So all the business analysis task is done by the business analyst. So let us discuss the role of a business analyst, what they actually do. So business analyst works as an intermediator among the stakeholders in order to extract, analyze, communicate, and validate the requirements for changes to business processes, policies, and information systems. Then the business analyst understands the business problems and opportunities in the context of the requirements and recommends solutions that enable the organization to achieve its goals. Also, a business analyst is responsible for ensuring the project's output meet the requirements of the business and that they are fit for the purpose. So this is the actual role of a business analyst while performing the business analysis activities for the company. Now I hope you are clear with the idea of why do we need CBAP certification and why do we need to clear the CBAP certification, what is business analysis, why do we need business analysis, and who performs the business analysis activities, that is business analyst. And we have talked about the role of a business analyst, what they do. Now further, let us talk about the major part of this session, which is the types of certification for BA professionals. That includes the CBAP certification as well. So coming to the types of certifications for BA professionals, there are three types of certification that we'll discuss in the next few slides, that is ECBA, CCBA and CBAP. Now let us start with the first one. So this is the entry certificate in business analysis, and the short form for it is ECBA, that is entry certificate in business analysis. And this exam is designed for the beginners in business analysis. If you don't have any prior experience and if you want to get into the field of business analysis and want to become a business analyst, so the very first exam you have to clear is of ECBA. So to attempt the ECBA certification exam, no prior experience is required, and the entire exam is based on the business analysis body of knowledge guide called as BABOK. And let us talk about the ECBA eligibility and requirements. So you must have completed 21 hours of training in the last 4 years. You need to agree with the code of conduct and agree with the terms and conditions of the governance body, that is IABA. So the training, that is 21 hours of training, can be of anything, like if you have attended a seminar of 1 week for 3 hours per day, if it is conducted by any authorized body, so you can show it as the experience. You can apply for the certification exam, and when they approve it, you are eligible to give the exam. You can schedule the exam by paying the fees. So you can do any certification course also, online certification course, which is of 21 hours. So you have to get this training of 21 hours. So this is the requirement. Now further, the exam pattern is, it has 50 multiple choice questions, and you get 1 hour, that is 60 minutes is the time limit to complete the examination. And you can give this ECBA exam from anywhere, as it is a proctored exam, and you can give it from your home also. And IIBA monitors the candidate digitally while taking the exam. So no issue. This first basic level, or you can say the entry level of certification exam, you can give it in your home as well. Now talking about the ECBA exam cost, so the application fee is $60. So you need to first apply, you need to fill the application, and you have to submit the application, which is of $60. And when the application is verified, where you have to show your experience or that 21 hours of training thing, so after your application is accepted, you can pay the fees and you can schedule the exam. So for IIBA members it is $110, and for non-members it is $235. Now let us move on to the next certification exam, which is of CCBA. So it stands for Certification of Capability in Business Analysis. So apart from the beginners, it is an intermediate level of certification exam provided by IIBA. So this exam is designed for all the business analysis professional who are in their intermediate level in their careers. So to attempt the CCBA certification exam, 3 years of experience is required, and the candidate should have 3750 hours of business analysis experience. So it is close to 3 to 5 years of experience, but it is specifically mentioned that they should have 3750, that is 3750 hours of business analysis experience. Then it can be minimum of 900 hours of experience in 2 of the 6 knowledge areas. So we have discussed the knowledge areas, about the knowledge areas, that is elicitation, collaboration, planning and monitoring, and so on. So you can have minimum of 900 hours of experience in 2 of the 6 knowledge areas that are there, or minimum of 500 hours in 4 of the 6 knowledge areas. So apart from these two, you can have any one of them to show in the application, so that your application can be approved for giving the certification exam. Now minimum of 21 hours of training is required within the last 4 years. So it is same as of the ECBA exam. So you can complete any certification course which is of 21 hours. For the business analysis, you can do an online course as well with an approved training provider. Then same, agree with the code of conduct, agree with the terms and conditions for which you have to give the business analysis certification exam. Now coming to the next part, which is CCBA exam patterns. So it consists of 130 multiple choice questions. So it was 50 for the ECBA exam and it is increased in this exam, that is 130 MCQ questions, and you get 3 hours to complete the exam. Just a quick info guys, Intellipaat provides online business analyst training led by industry experts who are working as a professional in the business analysis field and who are the subject matter experts. So the link for the training is provided in the description below. Now let us continue with the session, which is like enough to complete this type of exam, but you have to have a thorough knowledge and practice to solve all the questions correctly. And then you have to take this exam at an IIBA approved testing center, so you cannot give this exam from home. So you have to take this exam at the center that is approved by IIBA, and you need to submit the application before taking the exam, and it has to be approved, and then you can schedule the exam by paying the fees. Now coming to the cost of exam, the application fee is $125, and then the exam fee for the IIBA members is $325, and for the non-members it is $450. So this is about the CCBA certification. Now comes the most important certification that for which this session is all about, that is CBAP certification exam. So it stands for Certified Business Analysis Professional, and this exam is designed for the expert professionals in business analysis. So by the term expert means they have quite a lot of experience in the field of business analysis by working in the industry as a business analyst or in any other domain also. So to attempt the CBAP certification exam, minimum of 5 years of experience is required, and the entire exam is based on the BABOK guide. Also, you must have extra knowledge like the experience, the solution that comes from experience. So you cannot just read through the business analysis body of knowledge guide and gain the knowledge and clear the certification. You should have experience also, and you can say like you should have next level knowledge or an expert level knowledge for clearing the CBAP certification exam. Also, the candidate must have 7,500 hours of business analysis experience in last 10 years. So it is close to like more than 5 years, 5 to 7 years. So this is the most important thing you need to take care of, and minimum of 900 hours experience in the 4 of the 6 knowledge areas. So this is the requirement that you have to get approved. Also, you should have completed a minimum of 35 hours of training within last 4 years. So in previous 2 exams it was 21 hours, and for the CBAP certification it has increased to 35 hours of training. So for approving your application you need to have these requirements. Now coming to the next part, which is the exam pattern, CBAP exam pattern. So there are 120 multiple choice questions that you need to solve correctly, and it consists of scenario based questions, and you get 3.5 hours to complete the exam. You have to take the exam in an IIBA approved testing center, and then you need to submit the application before taking the exam. Also, the cost of the application over here is $125, and the exam fee for the IIBA members is $325, and for non-members it is $450. Now further, how to get certified as a BA professional. So first you have to pursue a certification course to get the experience, as we have discussed in the previous slides, for various types of the 3 types of business analysis exams, and then you have to submit the application including the application fee to verify it from IIBA. Then after the application is approved, you have to then pay the application fees, and further you have to schedule the exam, and finally you have to attend the exam and pass in order to get certified as a CBAP professional. Now I hope we have discussed and you understood about the CBAP certification details, the requirement, the cost of the exam, the eligibility criteria. Now further, let us discuss about the job scope and salary in this field. So the number of jobs for a business analyst according to LinkedIn in India. So there are 6,000 plus jobs available for a business analyst in 2021. And in the United States, the number of jobs are more than 47,000, which is a huge number of opportunities that business analysis professionals have. Then coming to the average salary in India is close to 6 lakh, and in the United States it is $79,000. So this is quite a handsome package to start your career with. Now further, as we have already discussed about the each and every detail related to business analysis, the CBAP certification, the types of business analysis certifications. Now further, I'll be telling you about the learning resources that you can follow in order to learn every concept related to business analysis. So we provide a lot of content that is prepared by our subject matter experts. We have YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed Intellipaat's YouTube channel, just subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you never miss out on our upcoming content or upcoming video that we bring up for our viewers. Also, if you like this session, do hit the like button because this motivates us to bring more such content for you. Now further, we have a lot of tutorials in YouTube that are prepared by our subject matter experts who are from industry. They have quite a good experience in this field of business analysis. So you can go and you can simply watch those video tutorials in order to gain knowledge. Also, we have blogs. So Intellipaat provides a lot of content in the form of blogs. So you can just go to intellipaat.com/blog/ and you can check out our blogs on business analysis. So these are prepared by our subject matter experts and you can refer to them in order to learn the things related to business analysis field. So this was all about the CBAP certification details that you need to know if you are starting your career and if you are willing to make your career in the field of business analysis. So I hope this session was very informative for you, and if you like this session, do hit the like button, subscribe Intellipaat's YouTube channel. Also press the bell icon to never miss out on our upcoming content. So thank you very much and happy learning.